What's up, people? In this video we're going to take a look at one of my, I guess we could call him one of my favorite YouTubers. He's really just kind of like one of the only YouTubers who I can kind of, I'm actually subscribed to this guy, as you can see by my link right here. Like, I've been subscribed to him for like 6 months, been following him for a while. I don't watch a lot of YouTube, but if I open YouTube and I see that he's got somewhat of an interesting video, I will watch it generally, just because he's such a goof, and like, I don't know, he cracks me up for some reason. Anyway, this video, Carnivores Delusional, about my results on the carnivore diet. Somebody asked me to do this video. I think the carnivores maybe over-exaggerate the results I was getting on the carnivore diet. Was I really so much stronger, better looking, and clear-minding on the carnivore diet compared to now on the vegan diet? I actually watched quite a few of his videos when he was in Thailand. He looks noticeably healthier, but then again, there's a lot of other variables that come into that, not just what he was eating. Like, number one, he was getting a lot more sun because he was in Thailand. Number two, living in Thailand is just generally a more active lifestyle in general, because you're like out and about, you walk a lot, and now you can see, or you will see, he's fairly pale, and he's not quite in as good a shape as he was before. But anyway, let's watch this video. I did another video of his recently. Anyway, let's watch this. Oh, well, yeah, whatever.
Comment the other day from a man. He said, "You had more muscle on meat. You should eat more meat." That's some fine detective work over there. Brooklyn's finest. I'm glad they sent you. Glad you're on the scene. It's because you're vegan now. You don't get the cow hoof nut. Okay, so like really quick before we watch this video, I said this in my last video, but I said like way at the end, so people probably didn't see it. I started following him in October-ish, maybe, of last year, like a few months before I started making videos again. And when I found his channel, I saw like what a goofy weirdo he was, like, and I say that with love. I saw what a goofy weirdo he was, and he was still successful, and I was like, wow, you can actually be yourself and be just weird, like, and own your weirdness and still make it on YouTube. So it kind of gave me the confidence to start making videos again. Not like I'm as weird as him, like, I don't think I am. Maybe I am, but it kind of gave me the confidence that you don't need to be one of these like fake, excited, like over-exaggerated, inauthentic YouTubers to make it on the platform. Again, he's only got like 100-something thousand subscribers, but you know, he's fairly well known, and his channel is growing very fast. So it kind of gave me the confidence to like make videos. So I do have a special place in my heart for Vegetable Police. 9 or 11. Vegans think they can convert cow hoof 6 into 11. It's a joke. You're a joke. I've lost about 15 pounds in the past month, and it might, I'm just brainstorming here, it might have something to do with the fact that I've been sprinting to the bathroom on gout cankles 20 times a day, shitting blood each time. It might have something to do with the weight loss. I can't really put my finger on it. There's just so many factors, you don't really know how to pinpoint it. It's like, how much did the losing all my food into a bloody pile of hopelessness in the toilet play into it all? Like, probably it varies. Smileage. Vegan brain warfare is upon us, my friend. Usually when you eat food, you absorb it. Release some of it. I release all of it, and then some, and blood. On gout cankles. But thankfully the bleeding has stopped, things are calming down, flare-up is ending, gout cankles no longer a problem, and I feel good enough. I can walk around this earth, flat or triangular, and we can work out now. So we will test ourselves. I write down every rep of every workout. Haven't worked out in about a month, I believe. Put the dates right there. Let's see if I can match my reps. See how weak I am on this super vegan diet. No oysters allowed here. Certainly no sardines ever.
You're all you ever had to be. You're all you ever had to be. Take control of your life, you can't be mad at me.
So before this flare-up in my world came crashing to a halt, thankfully, I was on the monkey strength program. And those gains last forever. You can't lose monkey strength gains. Once they're gained, they don't melt away, like other muscular programs. Bodybuilding, for example. Bodybuilders are hairy, and they have snot.
So there is some truth to that. I haven't read his Monkey Strength book, but bodybuilding gains, you do kind of lose them if you stop working out. And when you do calisthenics, at least if you're training specific movements, it's almost like skill-based training. And when you learn a skill, right, let's say there's something called a muscle up, right, which is a pull-up where you pull yourself up to the bar, right, your chest to the bar, for example, and then you muscle yourself up, right? You kind of flip your grip over and push yourself up from the bar, I guess. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. Basically, you do a pull-up and then end up so the bar is below you and your arms are extended. That is, if you think of that as a skill, and not necessarily related to how muscular you are or how strong you are, then you will be able to, like, it's just a more effective way of training, which seems to be like what this is. You saw him do a one-arm push-up before. That's, I mean, wasn't like the best form, but still, that's probably 100 times better than most people can do. Yeah.
That's what we know for sure. So I'm curious to see if I can match my reps. I highly doubt it, but we'll start with the endurance day, which basically we just slide back to the 5th dimension. Just the basics. Regular push-ups, 2-handed. Regular squats, 2-legged. Everything's simple, just endurance, do some reps. Let's see where we're at, monkey boy.
Stray Ridge, I found you dinner. If you want me to save it, I'll put it on a side plate. You can just have that. There's flies. By the time you get here, they'll lay maggots. That's dessert. Maggots are dessert.
So, you know what I kind of like about this guy is that he just doesn't give a fuck, right? Like, I like that about a lot of people. Like, if somebody has that quality where they actually just don't care, and what I mean by that, first of all, he's a huge goof, right? Second of all, you see this mattress on the floor, and you see this, like, grandma couch right here. He came back from Thailand, I think I want to say like 4 months ago, and was going to temporarily stay in his mom's living room until he got a place in Canada, but he's basically like camped out there and doesn't appear to be leaving anytime soon. Regarding the calisthenics workout, this he doesn't look bad, right? He's lean, he's thin, and he seems to be strong. What this seems to be missing, though, is some sort of aerobic element to it. I've never heard him say that he runs or he does some sort of like aerobic activity. Maybe he does. I've just never heard him say that. I don't know. But I think that in order to have like a proper training regimen, you have to do something to get your like heart beating faster for an extended period of time. This is more anaerobic. When I was in Japan the past 2 months, I didn't have access to a gym just because the gyms over there are awful, and I still had to like be in shape. Like, I definitely lost a little bit of shape while I was there, but what I ended up doing towards the end is I just started running a lot. Like, I would run between basically 8 and 12 kilometers when I would exercise. And I would do workouts where I was doing basically like 100 burpees and 100 pull-ups per workout, normally broken up into like, I'll do like 5 burpees, 5 pull-ups, and then maybe some handstand kick-ups or something. But the burpees, and honestly what I really should have done is just done burpees done them all together to get like the real aerobic effect. But I was running a lot, so I was like, all right, fuck it. But yeah, burpees, pull-ups, handstand kick-ups, I guess, are legit. So anyway, yeah, it's just a random note.
That's actually pretty good. 7 handstand push-ups. That's legit. Obviously, he didn't go down all the way. He's going down like a little bit, but that's still that's pretty good.
My vegan body couldn't handle that workout. It's gonna take me 3 weeks to replenish myself with spinach and raspberries. So I've lost about 15 pounds in this past month due to not only the colitis flare-up and just evacuations at the town hall in my colon's left hemisphere, but also the gout attack, which rendered me a useless baby, just dependent on my mom. For a bit, I couldn't do anything. She was making me all my meals. The only thing I could do was crutch my crippled ass over to the bathroom and just hope. I was praying like, please don't have to go to the bathroom. This takes too much. I can't. So obviously, pooing like a racehorse and not walking like a 90-year-old man is a combination that's not going to build the ideal body composition. But we take it in stride. I wasn't able to work out. My last workout was June 12th, and then I just stopped. I was like, okay, I can't even walk. Let's take a break, asshole. And now we're at July 6th. So we're almost a month later, no workouts, and still I have the body of a thunder, wolf, moose, hawk. I'll actually do a little before and after. My peak as a carnivore versus now, withered away. Just illness everywhere. Vegan body. Viruses. The point of this video really is to just say people are too shallow. Like, that's all they thought about. I'm dying here, bleeding out, just barely keeping my life together, and like, oh, you looked better as a carnivore. That is shameful. You look so much better back then. How come you don't look as good now? It's embarrassing. Have you seen a mirror? I wouldn't get one. Don't buy it. You'll be disappointed. I'm sitting over here in a deep depression, just pain everywhere. I'm contemplating life like, what have I done? I'm a health channel. I'm so unhealthy. How? I'm less healthy than a fast food addict. How did this happen to me? I'm the laughingstock. And people are just like, your biceps, bro, that's at least half an inch gone. That's pathetic. So obviously I lost some strength, not working out for 30 days and barely being able to absorb any food. But my workout, surprisingly, I was able to keep up. Although, admittedly, I'm 15 pounds less. So like a handstand push-up with 15 less pounds, and I still wasn't able to match my reps. I'm definitely weaker. I'm a schoolgirl fruit boy, but it's like a manly in a manly way. It's like feminizing, but like an alpha feminine male, alpha feminized. It's good, I like it. But just quickly looking at the reps, I was able to match my squats. Calf raises, I felt like I could have went forever. It feels like the endurance, I have more endurance now, maybe because of the carbohydrate metabolism kicking in instead of running off of donkey fat. So that could help. Thunder monkey push-ups, I got 2 more, but less poundage here to lift, so understandably so. The only area I was really weaker in was the pull-ups. I got 10 last month, and then 7 this time. So I'm weaker, and there's less to pull, so it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to be me, but I push on. And the handstand push-ups, I was getting 11 before, only 7 this time. So I definitely lost some strength, but when we look in the mirror of life, I'm loving my body now. I'm shredded as F. I'm just like, holy shit. Like, I just laugh when people insult my body. Oh, you're a fruit boy now. It's like, good. I hope I keep this up. I don't even care about gaining more. Look at my fat, donkey-ass carnivore compared to me, fruit boy, shredded. It's like, oh no, I lost size. Whatever will I do?
I guess he is a little fat as a carnivore. I seem to remember him more muscular and also more tan, although he might be cherry-picking these examples. I'm not really sure. I don't really remember those videos too well. Could be that I'm just like remembering them more positively than they actually were. But homie looks pretty good right now. One thing, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, one thing to be careful of is like the example, and I don't want to get political. This is just like the first thing that popped into my head, but like the American economy, you could say now is really good, and like Trump is like taking credit for the economy, right? But you could say like Obama made the economy really good, and Trump just kind of took over and is kind of enjoying those successes, right? So like, what is, and you know, you can get like, I don't know, leave a comment about that if you want. It's not the point of this video. The point is like he built the muscle, right? He was able to train up to where he is now through eating meat, right? And now he's kind of enjoying the benefits of that, right? And this could be total speculation on my part. But like I said earlier, the adaptations that your body makes when you train strength as a skill instead of just putting on dumb muscle as a bodybuilder are more like neurological, which would explain why he's still very strong, despite the fact that his muscles, you know, are not like, although he doesn't look that great here. Like, why do I remember him being more muscular? I guess despite the fact that he's deconditioned, I guess, because his muscles don't look particularly small here. Also, the lighting is different, and but yeah, to say, like, to point at this and be like, well, this means that being a vegan is like healthier and you can be stronger. Like, he built this body on the carnivore diet, so.
Dude, oh no, I don't look so fat and bloated. Oh, help. So I absolutely love the way my body is right now. It looks good, it feels good to be light, and it's designed for my calisthenics work. I'm working towards that 1-arm pull-up. You think I could do that as a 155-pound carny with blubber fat in his bum? How are you gonna do that? So if I can work towards getting super strong and stay lean, dare we dream it. So this has been my battle, trying to build muscle while also healing this colon. So stupid. I wish I could fully heal everything. It's like, we're all good, no inflammation. Now let's work out, and then we build. So we'll try it, but this wonky colon, that mesh, I like the mesh. I highly recommend them. They're good. They stab you, they keep you present mind. I love it. So we'll see. I'm still basically vegan. I only tried the oysters one time, and then like a week later I tried 2 tins of sardines as a meal with veggies, and I got super tired after it, and I don't know that I will incorporate that kind of thing, fish or whatever. I kind of like the vegan thing, but I do not want to be deficient. I feel like I need some sort of DHA and B12. I ordered a B12, but it hasn't come yet. So it's like I need something in the meantime to hold me over before I get a neurological disorder. Why do you want that for me? But we'll see. I'm probably on 30 to 40 grams of protein a day total. Like, I just eat fruit and vegetables, basically, and potatoes, a bit of starch. I'm having some white rice now to try to keep the fiber down, because pooing like 7 times a day, well, fun. Feels like a lot of work. But I do feel like this is one area in life where men, especially, mess up, and they want to build too much muscle, and they eat too much protein, and their digestion goes all honky haywire. Don't do it, my friend. Fruit is your friend for the gut. Nothing better than fruit. Try eating nothing but fruit. You're complaining about bloating and gas. It's your fruit running into your dinner meal, and then you get gassy. It ain't.
Okay, so a few things. Number one, let's talk about like protein consumption. I will say that I think the current like prescription for how much protein you need is a little bit, like, it's way too much. Like, to say you need 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, that's just like old school like bodybuilder bro science, where yeah, if you're on the juice and you're like working out super hard and you want to get super massive, yeah, okay, I guess you could say like eat your like 6 meals a day of 30 or 40 grams of protein. Okay, I guess. But for like a normal person who even just works out once a day and wants to stay lean and fit, I don't think you need to get quite that excessive, right? Like, I've had periods in my life where I was eating very little protein. I was eating a lot of eggs, so I was eating probably about 12 eggs a day, which, by the way, I think that's like my new fad diet that I'm going to start promoting. It's called the DREAD diet, DREAD, 12 raw eggs a day, okay? And basically, it's a little teaser. You can eat whatever you want as long as you eat 12 raw eggs a day, okay? And then after that, you can eat whatever you want if you're still hungry somehow, and only 1 meal a day. Anyway, besides the point, basically my point is that essentially I had a time in my life where I was only eating shakshuka, which is an Israeli dish that's like it's eggs with a bunch of vegetables, tomatoes, mushrooms, onions, garlic, cooked down into like a paste, and you break a couple eggs into it and cook the eggs kind of into the paste or sauce, I guess. And that was maybe about 5 or 6 eggs, and then earlier in the day I would have a quick recovery meal after doing my training, because back then I was under the impression that you must eat after you train, which is fairly common wisdom these days, although it's debatable whether or not you need to actually do that every time. Anyway, I would have about 6 hard-boiled eggs during that time. So roughly it was about 12 eggs per day, which I want to say they have maybe 7, or how many grams of protein in an egg? 7 or 10 or something? Not a lot of protein, basically, is what I'm trying to say, maybe 70, 80 grams, which for the amount, my size and the types of workouts that I was doing, you would think is not enough, right? But I felt fine. And it kind of led me to believe through experience that this whole, like, you need a pound of protein per body weight is just ridiculous bro science that is not actually, it's just based on nothing except the recommendations of roided out bodybuilders from the 70s. So that's that. Number 2, shit, what else did he say? He said something else. I don't know, whatever.
The fruit's full. It's your potatoes and broccoli.
Oh, okay. So like the whole food combining thing where he said you get bloated from fruit, you need different enzymes to digest the fruit as opposed to the protein or the fat. That is technically true. And just as a side note, I don't think a long-term vegan diet is good. Okay, let me just preface this by saying that, like, eating only, I know it's not only plants, like, you're not only eating like lettuce and fucking spinach. Like you eat legumes and you eat grains and stuff like that. But I think long term that's not good. However, I will say that in some circumstances, if you switch to a vegan diet for a few days, I think that can be effective, right? Specifically, like I remember one time where I was eating a lot of cooked meat, and I just felt like, I was like, this is like, I guess my body is utilizing all this cooked meat because I'm not, experiencing like heavy bowel movements. But I was just like, I tried to run, and I was like, oh my God, there's definitely something in there. So anyway, I went vegan for a few days, and I ate pretty much only vegetables and fruits, and everything passed through, and I was fine. So like, I think short periods are okay, but to take it to the extreme and like never eat any meat or animal protein for months or years, I think is a mistake. All right, let's just finish this, and then I'll
Push
move
on. I do not feel amazing at all. I'd be lying if I said I did. I'm tired a lot, but digestion is healing. Gout cankles almost fully healed. Things are moving in the right direction at least. And then we'll see if we can get this energy level up. I'll do a whole separate video on that. I'm testing my blood sugar again after the fruit meals, and I have a theory that my energy has nothing to do with burning fat or burning carbs. I've been in fat burning mode the whole time in carnivore. That's not why I was tired, because I wasn't fat adapted. I was fat adapted out the yin yang. It had nothing to do with that. So we'll explore that in another video. Thank you for watching this one, and thumbing it up, of course, if you liked it.
Okay, so I think I said this in my last vegetable police video, but like number one, like first of all, vegetable police, if you actually ever watch this, like you're a huge inspiration to me. Like thank you for just like totally owning your weirdness and making these videos, because you actually inspired me to start making my videos back in the day. I already said that. Anyway, number two, what I would recommend that nobody really asked me to recommend, but what I would recommend is, number one, get that mesh out like ASAP. Like why are you even waiting? Like I know he's like looking for the solution, trying like all this stuff so that maybe he can somehow like find some sort of lifestyle that will reduce his pain and inflammation and all that stuff. But like, dog, you have like a piece of plastic like stuck in your body poking your internal organs. How, maybe that's the problem, bro. Like get that shit out ASAP. Like what are you waiting for? That's number one. And how can you even make an assessment on all this other stuff if you haven't done that yet? And that's honestly like really it. Like I could talk about, like this title's a little bit misleading, Carnivores Delusion, about my results on the carnivore diet. That's kind of it was only like a small part of it. But like I said, you can't really judge the results of anything that you're doing or he's doing, because he's got this like toxic piece of plastic in his body, poking his internal organs. Now that said, I know he's tried raw meat before, and I don't know, raw meat is just digested so easily in my experience. Maybe the fact that fruit is possibly, or vegetables are digested even easier somehow is like easier on his stomach. I'm not really sure. I don't have this specific illness, so I can't, like, he says this colitis. I wonder how much of that is just like some genetic mutation that he has that fucks his stomach up, and how much is this actual like hernia mesh like fucking his shit up, So anyway, like I said, get that mesh out if you actually want to like improve your health. Although now that I think about it, I think on some level, like let's say he gets it out and all his health problems disappear, he'll probably be like, well, what am I going to make videos about now? Like it's all about his struggle, right? So like, is he addicted to the struggle? I don't know. And number two, like let's say you do decide to get the mesh out. Maybe he's worried about recovery from surgery, and he's like, well, I don't want to be laid up for weeks or months or whatever. If you want like increased healing, I would say look into MK677, which is ibutamorin. It's a growth hormone. Like it makes your body produce more growth hormone, which will make you heal faster, and BPC 157, which makes you heal faster as well. So like those two things, you will be good to go, brother. That's it. If you guys have any more suggestions for YouTubers or specific videos you want me to take a look at, let me know in the comment section. Peace.